Followed was recently released, and this is a found footage style horror film, which you guys know I'm a pretty big fan of, so I'm definitely the target demo on this one for sure. And this plays out something like a Grave Encounters, which I'm a huge fan of. So yeah, you've kind of already got my attention. There's a guy that goes by the name of Mike, and he has a channel called Drop the Mic, and he goes around and he investigates haunted locations, and to up his viewer count, he goes to this haunted hotel, and of course he goes in there as a skeptic, as somebody who's bullshitting people, but he wants something to happen, and so, you know, while they're there, they play some games to try to lure ghosts out, like this elevator challenge, which I thought was kind of a neat idea, with like going to different floors and then things are supposed to happen on each floor, which this doesn't actually happen in the movie, but which I think it would have been kind of cool if it did. But maybe subversion of expectations was what we're going for, like, oh, this is what people were expecting to happen. I don't know, whatever it was, this one just didn't land for me. No, at first I was kind of into it, because I know a big complaint with this movie is that they don't like anybody that I've seen that's reviewed this or I've talked to that watched this, their big problem with the movie is that they don't like the main character, the Mike character. And he wasn't really annoying me or anything. I didn't really get invested in anybody, and I thought all of the horror within it was extremely generic, uninspired, and it really just never amounted to much. The whole thing is done from a laptop, as if some ghost or something is finding the footage within the laptop that no one's ever seen, and it shows it to us, which is fine. I mean, this is a fine concept. I've definitely seen it before. At this point, there really isn't an original thing out there. I found myself to be rather bored. I did like some character moments, but just not enough to intrigue me to the point where I was like into it. So a buddy of mine really loved it, but I feel like he loves every found footage movie for the most part. So I think he's kind of an easy mark. Nothing against him, and I'm glad that he enjoyed it so much. He gave it 5 out of 5 stars, which is fantastic. I mean, of course, I want anybody to go into anything and watch it and have a great time. I don't want them to waste their time. But I did. I just found myself feeling like I was sitting through yet again, I know I use this phrase all the time, but it's just kind of a paint by numbers, take everything that's been seen and done before in any one of these movies and not try to push the envelope or get creative or inventive or unique or memorable with anything. It's just kind of like ho-hum, been there, done that. We have the boisterous, over-the-top host, Lance Preston being one of those, who's totally egotistical, only really cares about himself, kind of manipulates his staff into things. Even uses a girl. He uses he uses a girl that his friend's crushing on to lure his friend to the place, because she's going to basically ask him or pretend to maybe flirt with him to get his hopes up, and which is totally fucked up. Which is fine. I mean, it's a fine character moment. I mean, he's an asshole, and we're fine with that. I'm just saying that I've seen all this before and just done better everywhere else. And it's just that I think that at this point, if you're going to make one of these movies and you're going to take a concept that's been used before, you've really got to get creative and clever to entertain someone like me who's just seen too many of these damn things. But that's my take on it. Not something, obviously, I would recommend rushing to. But if you're a big found footage fanatic, you're a completist in the subgenre, it's not a bad movie. It's like a totally fine found footage style film. Like, I watched it and I was like, when it ended, I was like, that was whatever. That was all right. Like, I didn't hate watching it. I just kind of sat there and was like, okay. I've seen this setup before. Hope it goes in a different way. No, it didn't. Okay. All right. Okay. Am I going to get anything out of this character? Yeah, that was all right. It's just kind of one of those movies for me. So, it was all right. It was, but nothing I would recommend for sure, unless you're, of course, as I said, a found footage fanatic. So let me know if you watch it. Let me know what you thought. And shout out to Paul Shunk, who I obviously was mentioning about the found footage thing. I'm glad you loved it, buddy. I know you're going to disagree with me. See you in the comments.